Today I'll be talking about standard deviation in Java. First, I'm going to cover what standard deviation really is. It's basically a measure of similarity among numbers. If numbers are very far apart from each other, standard deviation is higher. If they are close to each other, standard deviation is lower. If all the numbers are the same, then the standard deviation is 0. Now, what is our job? Our job is to write a program in Java to calculate standard deviation with a given array of numbers. These are the 5 steps on how to find the standard deviation. First, you find the average using a for loop. Then you want to find the difference. So basically what you would do is you would take the average and you would subtract it by every single number in the array. Then what you would do is you would find the square of all the differences. So I'll explain later. And then in the 4th step, you will take the sum of all the squares. And then finally, you would find the standard deviation. So you would divide it by the length of the array. So this is basically what our code looks like. So first we find the length of the array, and this is our array here, and you just count the numbers in the array, and then you would find the average, so you would add all those numbers together, and then you would divide them by the amount of numbers in the array. And then you would find the difference. So basically you would take the average and subtract it by all these numbers in the array, and then you would take the square. So you would square all of those numbers, all of the differences that you found. Then you would take the sum of all of the squares, and then you would divide it by the number of numbers you have in the array.